In this lesson, we're going to work with the media store. The media store shouldn't be confused with Google's Play or the App Store. It's not really that. It's really a storage area for media. When we've recorded media before, either audio or video, the files have just been in an area that the application could get to, and the user really couldn't see that media in their music folders or their video folders. So we need a way to add the media to an area where the user can see it. There are two ways to do this. We can use a more automatic way, which is a scanner, which scans the media that we point it to and derives the information about artists and titles, or we can add to the media store manually and provide all of the information ourselves. In the case where we're actually recording media, this may be the preferable way to do it because obviously there's not a whole lot of information about artists and such that's built into the media that we've recorded. So in this sample, we've just got the two buttons to use the scanner and to add to the media store manually. In the activity, we're implementing the media scanner connection client. Now this is when we're using the scanner this applies. And we've got a member for the media scanner connection. So let's talk about the scanner first. We've got a file in Assets called Media Store Scan, and that's the one we're going to use with the scanner portion of the sample. And we're moving our asset files into an area where we can get them as usual. We create a new media scanner connection, and then on the Use Scanner Click button, we connect. Now this is an asynchronous connection, so we have a callback to it, which is why we needed to implement this interface for when the scanner is connected. And when it's connected, we tell it to scan the file, the media store scan file. And when the scan is completed, we disconnect. And that's all there is to using the scanner. If we want to manually add the media to the media store, we do it a little bit differently using an intent. We first create a thing called content values. And content values are used when interfacing with the media store. The media store takes care of a lot of things besides just audio and video media. It can also handle contacts and is essentially a small database in itself, and you can actually query it as well with SQL. In the content values, we put the information we need for the media. A lot of this information is optional. The only thing we really need is the data and the MIME type. But one of the purposes of doing this manually is to provide this extra information. So we're putting in title, artist, album, year, if it's music, which it is, and the date we've added it to the media store. Then we give it a MIME type, and obviously if it was video this would be a different type, and if it was an MP3 it would be a different type. And then for the data, we pass in the file path. This, by the way, is extremely picky as to the format of the file path, and if you make an error in the next stage, you won't get your URI. So the base URI we're going to use is the external content URI for the media store for the audio area, and then we use a thing called the content resolver, and we insert on the base URI the values. And this new URI will be null if the format of that data is not to its liking. Finally, we send a broadcast, creating a new intent, calling the Action Media Scanner scan file with the new URI. The new URI basically points the scanner to this file to scan it. So essentially it's using the same bit of code for the scanner, but we're providing it a lot more information within the URI to help it do a more accurate job and to add that information in. And after we run that, all of the media information will be available. So let's do that. I'll first use the scanner. And there it was, as quick as that. And now I'll add the media store manually. And again, pretty quick. And I'll go into the music application and take a look at recently added. And here's the results of the scan. I have the media store scan with an unknown artist. And then the manual add, I have an artist named Fred. And if we take a look at Fred, we also see that it's got the album and the song. And the unknown artist just shows essentially generic information. So that's how to add media to the media store so the user can see it on their device without being in your app.